Alright, hello everyone. I'm gonna be going through Maelstrom Arena on my alt character, my DK. I've been playing ESO for years, pretty much since 2015, and I've had the character since probably the same year, but I've main sorcerer the entire time, did PvP, went into arenas for weapons, just to, bump heads with people in Cyrodiil, and never really used them for much of any other score-based content, but I've done Maelstrom enough to know all the mechanics, or at least most of the mechanics that are inside the arena. I've spent hours in here before, grinding my head, trying to learn and beat with a good score. And after years of not getting a flawless on my sword, I came close twice, in two different runs, only having one death. I decided to go on my DK and try and cheese it. So I'm gonna have to pretty much relearn the arena on a different character, so we'll see how well I do. I know there's others that have been able to do this, not wearing any gear. I might not be as good as those people, but I should be able to give this a good go today. I know, toxic comparisons, but it's just a game. At the end of the day, it's about the real the experience, and yeah, here I go. Not sure if I'm to just kind of fill this time with random tidbits about the scenery, this Regatta, Redguard, Halkir, structure here in front of me. Or Daedra eating.
Here comes
Apparently they eat bread.
candidate now.
Do you suppose this one has what it takes?
Contain your hopes. But
I was
let's
wondering
find out.
when you'd show up. I've been wondering when you'd show up on my doorstep. I've been following your progress for some time, and with great interest. You show promise. I know talent when I see it. Are you interested in challenging yourself?
I'm just gonna let this dialogue roll in case you haven't heard it.
I'm a connoisseur of battle, so I keep track of likely recruits. Your reputation precedes you. I've converted my realm into an arena where I plan to train the greatest warriors in the Orbis. I offer you an opportunity to take my arena challenge. The rules are simple. Win or die. Enter each arena, defeat all opponents, then move on to the next. Survive them all, and I'll offer you a place in my officer corps. So, interested? Or would you rather just return to Tamriel and fight mud crabs?
Accepting the
Very
challenge.
well, then. Let's see how long you can last. Give us a good show, won't you?
Alright. So one thing about Elder Scrolls is that it's one of the few MMOs that had everything voice acted. Like you go in here, everything you talk to has an audio response. 37, my pet's on. I was trying to prod them. So I'm gonna use a multi-whip strategy. If you don't know, for every ardent flame ability you have active, you can get up to 300 and stack up to 300 spell damage. So rather than actually use the whip, I'm just gonna use the chain. Use the chain as my spammable. This is like some damage. And then that'll also get me around the arena. Also, whenever I set something on fire, so if I this guy, put the burning on him, you get mana back. So I'm not doing well sustaining, and that's because you actually learn a character first. Well, at least, in the aftermath of playing for years. Then you get different advantages that make them, like, pretty much survive forever. So this character, like this build, is, technically, it's like 2 years old, but my playtime is probably only like a week, 3 weeks. you know. I get on every now and again, do battleground, do like 1 battleground a day, 2 battlegrounds a day. And yeah. It's probably a lot longer than that, but everything's dying quick, so even though this is a tanky build, or this is a tanky character, it has like 32k resistances in PvP. I'm still burning these fat guys real quick. Look at that. Like two combos. And the chain spamble is working. Food ran out. If you notice, I have it hotkeyed to my bottom hotkey. So all I have to do is transfer that back on in the middle of combat. And I am using a master I'm getting 500 weapon and spell damage whenever I cast the ice attack. That, and I also have more units, so I'm just out here delivering like 12k in PvP sometimes, which is my staple, as I was saying at the start of this PvP. But there's DKs that are a lot better than me, but that's only because, like I said, they have like the years of grinding on, just getting on hours a day and playing. Oh, there's a boss somewhere I'm supposed to be chasing. I mean, yeah. You're not I am. I was talking to the boss, I wasn't talking to you guys. Not to say I won't trash talk to you either. You guys are an audience here, you know, and I'm not here. Joke my own thing all day. Although I'm joking chain pretty good, aren't I? Yeah, no, I don't know. It lined up. I didn't mean to make the joke, it was just there. Yeah, so got most of the stuff in here collected. I think I got my last bound what you call it, dagger and sword for the sword and war today, which is usually the last thing you get because you cycle through all the weapons until the new system of having like a sticker book to collect stuff. You get what you don't have, so I got, you know, the final thing today, you know, coming back in here during this event. There's double drops, you know, both of them, and you know, even though I'm doing it the second time today, and it only takes me an hour on my sword. You know, I don't run PvE for the joy of running PvE. I'm challenging myself to, you know, kind of automated content. I'm definitely in the dynamic, even though it's the same arena, different things happening all the time. Although in PvP patterns do happen. You know, DK, he's gonna, you know, hit Ignis, you know, block, you know, try to hide behind some stuff. And, you know, sword's kind of straight. This is going way smoother than I thought. Like, there's this character, you know, there's some arenas that you might have some issues with because of mobility. So like the Igneous Cistern, that's going to be something, and that's Flywheel, that might be something. But other than that, this is going like nothing. Like these blades would get my sorcerer down to 30% sometimes when I'm not paying attention. This, I'm not paying attention, I'm just walking around leisurely, and he's staying up like 80%. Well, even walking with the blade, you saw that? I was staying up like 90%, 80%. Yeah, I just do content tactics. So like, you know, I'm not really one to make a career streaming, but you know, I figured I might as well go ahead, you know, put something out there while I'm doing my gaming. talking a bit about myself. I study computers, you know, while I'm on the screen time a lot. Got my AA with a major in computer science, but still just a general degree in so my resume is a bit awkward, so I have to both just a regular associates in arts and still define my major at the same time. Doing doctorate classes for it's not defined by the degree itself, or the degree itself is not defined by it. Look at that. I was just sitting there taking shots and not having any worries about it. Yeah, I know streamer doesn't usually have to give his background on the resume, but you know, this is, I guess, giving me some practice in, you know, giving an interview. You can tell, you know, I sound a little nervous because I need to talk to the camera. But, you know, work things out while I'm playing this. So, you know, a little bit of practice, you know, teacher person, that there on my skill list. And yeah, this is showing off the stream. It doesn't need this right now, but I'm gonna put this in a video. If you're wondering why I'm this constant dialogue, it's because, you know, people are gonna be sitting here for hours and gotta entertain myself. Be able to entertain them. Or you guys. First person, third person, I don't know. I think that's all the second person perspective. No, you, they, or you. Yeah.
Queen's command!
Now, I'm not using Ardent Flame all too much. This is my crowd control build. Has the burning embers right here. So I put it on them, put it on a bunch of them. I can stay in a crowd. Because the more people I put it on, the more healing I get. And the cool part about this build is that it has a talking field. It has the warriors of men. You know, this thing wasn't necessarily made to be top tier. It was made to be meta. You know, it was just meant to be a fun build. And it's performing at least in PvE and in PvP as well. But I don't make top leaderboards for PvP on this guy. I hold positive sometimes, I go positive sometimes, just barely negative sometimes. Sometimes I go even. But, you know, it's different content for different decks. And maybe I'll play it, you know, in the stream as well. But right now I'm doing this. Now, if this was intense combat, I'd be doing potions on cooldown. So like PvP, you're doing potions on cooldown. Like, you might have to like walk, you know, TP without being a fight, but you're always kind of struggling for the at least the enemies, you know, outnumbered you constantly. You're constantly having to give high command, you know, either healing or damage output. Now, if you notice, I stopped attacking this big guy, and then I just turned on the little guy. That's because, you know, their damage is more detrimental than that guy's damage, even though he's the guy that comes out in front. So it's better to prioritize his strategy, you know, to go for the little guys. And these stranglers, my sorcerer, I don't actually have to go for them. So it's like, I have range on this guy where I can use destructive touch, so I have it down on my D. I haven't actually been taking care of them, but you know, I can start getting on that now because I'm not actually trained to run this on this guy. It's my first time doing it on my defense. And he's way tankier. Like the mistakes or the seconds that I'm giving in combat to my enemy is they're not able to take advantage of it as much. You know, that's one thing about PvP. It's not always about just a straight stat battle. Like stats are involved. It's about how much time you give your enemy, you know, for them to attack you and for you to mitigate them. Right? So it's either A, you get them to you know, go behind something, and you go behind something and they can't target you, right? So that's time for you know, if you stun them, right? And then they can't attack you, and then that's time for you to just get through of them because they can't heal and they can't attack, so they have to get up, heal themselves, and whatnot else. Otherwise they die. So you see how you can just easily pick out these little guys. These stranglers in this round constantly spawn. Like I think if you manage them, they'll just be playing. Like get this one up versus them constantly. And this isn't even going to show you. That's like the second time I can also. So, these early rounds are easy. Flawless is decided, you know, always after this round. The 6 rounds, boss and the DPS test. You either do enough DPS to finish her off before she enrages, or she'll enrage and just shoot you anyway. So we'll see how well he does on that.
You've done well.
But thus far, the DPS is looking pretty sweet. I didn't go over the build, but let's see how far I get before I start sharing the full details. So far, you know, I got Warden on, you know, I got the Destructive Master Staff, and the last thing is Black. So from IC, it's pretty much a full Imperial City. Build. One thing, it's so much easier to get stuff like armor and stuff than it was back in the day. Back then, it was a super rare drop on helmets. You couldn't transmute stuff, so you know you have bad traits. It wasn't always the guaranteed drop. Sometimes you just drop what you call it, set gear, like gear without a set. Yeah. And also group finder for finding the dungeons, like the group's just gonna run them because there's so many more low levels back then. Like now, the game's filled with veterans, like you can find the hidden dungeons. Back then, it's like, you know, you always had to deal with 4 levels. There's always someone who's like 5 levels lower than you. I say 5 levels just to throw a random number, but it's probably like, you know, 100 or something. Like, notice, like, I like that sentry in. So I was trying to. The point of this is that's supposed to be explaining the mechanics while while I'm doing this. So like, oh yeah, watch these sentry guys here. They go towards these little boxes, 4 boxes, you know, in a square around this flywheel, as we call it. But yeah. I've just been talking across the spectrum. I may not correct myself for something that's not necessarily, you know, content is content, I'm putting it out, but if I'm just talking randomly, rambling on and on, I don't know. You gotta get feedback on how to work this out. Guy starts talking to himself on camera one day, and next thing you know, he has hundreds of people staring at him. I was running. How it happened? I don't know. Look at this. I'm getting zapped right now. Drilled blast and straight drilled. So, like that would be a death sentence for other builds. Letting them stack up like that. And I keep on using my whip, even though I'm not supposed to. But that'd be a death sentence. Having those 4 sentries up like that. Look, it's just eating everything. Taking heavy attacks. Alright, so this is the part where I say go get maelstrum, I think. Because that took way too long. Hurting that boss. Alright, if you notice, I do my rotation and weave a lot better when I'm not talking. Like, walking around and just kind of rambling, like, you know, distracting the coordination. But you saw, I pulled it back, you know, did a nice little weave on that thing, and, you know, that was probably, what, 1 minute fight? And it didn't move either. It just, you know, once it got past the burn phase. So that green walking follow phase, it was quick burn. Now, this thing I have nothing for the troll breaks other than the chain. Like bouncing around, following the troll breaks as they go around. So this thing, like, I actually see these guys around. And I guess I'll be changing platforms. On my sword, I would just stay on the one platform, I range it. How much damage that did. Although that's the weak enemy of this arena. Heavy attacks. So if you don't know, heavy attacks is how you bring back resources. You know, when you're in a pinch, you know, you just kind of sustain. But you have to charge. You can't just do them last minute. You have to kind of adapt them and, you know, into your rotations. There's a hole on our standard.
I wish I'd placed a sideways around.
Where are you going with this? The guys are just dying. I'm not even looking at the ones passively doing it. Now, one thing about this build is that there's a lot of passive AoE damage with volatile armor that you can always take advantage of just by chaining into something, chaining into a group, and then setting it off. And then these embers, I haven't been keeping rotation up on them all too well because like I said, this is an alt character. So I don't have to memorize any passive unconsciously leaving it out there, but yeah. They're not standing any chance, man. This is just slaughter. Killing Nereas in 2 hits. That's what I was saying. Dead on my sword. As far as DPS, that's an interesting stuff. I just have to be on top of these short breaks. Now, if you notice, I'm not a noob with this. Like, I can just kind of react last minute to them and prevent them from breaking. But if you're not on top of the short breaks, they'll spawn more ads. The ads have very deadly attacks that can see you, push you around the place, and you know, add to the chaos of the fight. And it's not just what's it called, adding to chaos, but they coordinate attacks. So one will try to CC while the other one will launch an AoE at your feet, and that's the AoE right there. So, you know, it's done in coordination with that ground pound, that cone that was just blasted by the main boss. So it can wind up in a wipe. Cheer character. Just here because you're gonna have to yell at some point in time. You're doing right now. You're just burning the entire time. Then you come over here and I'm like, this land is my land. Please get out. And you know, you're just gonna have to be here with me for your final few seconds. So yeah, that boss sucks when you're first learning how to do it. Because she'll go around, you know, push you around with a cleave that will nearly one-shot you if you're not armored up. And she'll break the ground, and if you're standing on the pedestal, it'll kill you, one-shot you when she does that shatter. Like that time, I left her just burning in my standard, and I felt nice. So for someone who could have flawless this on a sword. DK, it's coming in. Now, for the cheat for this is to take these forwarders and then just free these pedestals here. So it's giving me enough to do all 3. So that frees the enemies like that. You do that to the final boss, and then you just DP them, and then it gives you a big advantage. I didn't mean to do it that early. I usually start off doing it early, and then save the last pedestals because there's 5 of them. I saved the last one for the final round, so I'll just be, you know, keeping them unwoven because there's a little spider that'll spawn and try to reuse them, and I put webbing on them. So I try to keep, you know, that spider off them, and you know, guard and keep them open until the boss is ready to die. There's no challenge here. Compared to my sorcerer, this is a walk. say that now, but when we get to that boss, because that's the DPS test. One, two, three, four. They do a little extra bonus damage to the enemies when they die by them or fully by them. This is the spider I was talking about, coming, weaving and stuff in the arena. You can tell I'm used to playing range because I'm spamming the destructive touch versus spamming a chain. But it will help in both lanes. Abilities. Range and well, help all range, the ability to range and up on at the same time with the gap. Only thing is that I don't have an escape, so the igneous cistern, like getting away from her if I don't have anything to clear snare or anything like that. About this chain is that it gives me what was it, like 40% bonus damage. I got my destructive touch giving me bonus damage. I got the chain giving me bonus damage. I got the molten whip giving me bonus damage because we're not using it.
Now you shall taste the lightning.
And I got the touch. Me and this guy are just gonna face tank each other. Making sure that it's not being ugly. I got the last one right before the boss fight. That sucks. Tell me there's another wave. So now all except for worms are covered when that happens too early. Oh, maybe all except for two. Let me see. All except for two. Alright, so if you notice, the glow is actually moving from obelisk to obelisk. So that one's flickered out while this one's gone. And you have to avoid these deadly spiders that pop up in the waves and you can hunt by a pack. Pack will swarm until you get close to one of the lit obelisks. Look how quickly I can get it. The chain, guys, the chain. Alright, this thing, yep. Alright, that was a fail.
I will silence you and Mr. Boss.
Okay.
Not safe.
Looks like I'm just have to do this legitimately. This thing will slow you down until you can't avoid this thing's attack. You take out that little mini spider hurt, or you can cause it away. And she's all constantly trying to enrage. Alright, that was the test of this character, and I got past it. Got past it fairly smooth. You can tell I'm still a little tense after years of playing this game. I still get tense in those battles. That's because I still get messed up. Because I play glass cannon. Like I'm known, for going even, in games. But always being able to dish up a good fight because I do so much damage. So I'm a good teammate to have because I put damage on everyone, so it's easy for someone to find a target, focus them down after I've applied pressure to the whole team, and that's usually how I play. But this DK is turning into something else. It's turning into a prod. A cog, I should say. All I gotta do is not mess up on this, because once again I don't have anything to get me close to the antidote. I probably don't want to use that chain, because I'll chain me right into something important. But these guys aren't touching me. The thing with this arena is you have to avoid setting off these flowers. And you can walk into them, back into them, and then the poison from that arrow spray you did is also very deadly. There's these 4 pedestals on 4 corners of the arena. Mender, or blue Argonian will spawn and start blowing up all the flowers. And if you get poisoned by a flower or poisoned by the archer, you have to go to that's placed in 2 spots. So here's the Mender right here. Now she low health ad, but pretty deadly when the whole arena starts exploding. So it's a fact you gotta be aware of. Like you can casually play the route, once you get used to it. But that's hours of failing, to get here where you can just kind of casually walk around the arena while delivering monologue. At least sometimes it is. Some people are just, picking up the controller and they're like, oh yeah, I got this. Other times it's like, oh yeah, I don't got this. But damage has gotten a lot higher since this thing first came out. Like, when the game first released, there weren't sets. Like, you could play the game without having any sort of set. So you didn't need bleaching, you didn't need martial knowledge, if you know that from back in the day. Although that was the set that everyone used to go for, if you played that. Yeah, I'm giving, that's bad advice. Don't give them martial knowledge. No, it's not what it used to be. But, yeah, I'm actually out of touch with meta, so I have to fall back in line in order to find out what the mag meta is. The last time I tried to be meta, it was boss fight. So if I'm out of Roger or something like that. attack that will pretty much one-shot you. I just realized that they got the poison on me. See how deadly those little how dangerous those spells are, how they spawn right next to me? And be very careful with that during that volatility phase. That would usually one-shot me. Alright, I think this is controlled now. And it's the same enemies every single time you come to this arena. So it's like once you learn the rotation of the spawns, you know what to expect. So it's like, you know, the archer is always gonna pop up. You know, the poles are always gonna pop up. That little Wamasu that came out is always gonna pop up. And then all you can do is learn to dance around it. Things that are kind of different when it comes to timings is this explosion thing. It can happen at any time. So, there's a cooldown between it, but that's like the part that's unexpected. For this boss, don't DPS him too fast unless you kill one of the mages that come through. Once you kill one of the mages, you're good. Just don't kill the other mage if he's alive. Now, if you have a lot of food, try not to wipe out the whole map. I like to kill one of the mages as soon as they pop up. That way I can focus back on the boss. He starts yelling, you stand next to him, and you just range it from far. Now see how, just because I had the burning embers on, that thing almost died. So now, like if you see my Y, I probably don't want to take that. Kill the mage because they'll enrage if you don't kill it. Yeah, otherwise, because the embers will spread, you kill the mage, one by the one, he dies. So I'm not going to pick that anymore. Like, alright, here comes the mage. For one of them. Oh no. I interrupted. That makes him enrage, but he's so close to death it didn't matter. And this is gonna make or break the run right here, the Igneous Cistern. Because I have it's a slow character, you know, and this thing's all about being able to get away. And I don't have the Siege of Quarter skill line unlocked. Give me a race against time. I don't have a two-handed thing to give me forward momentum. So yeah, this is just going to be me trying to dodge attacks. On the one there might be input on his scans. Okay. Gain immunity to snares and immobilizations for 4 seconds. Spot this over my Burning embers. No, I'll let it replace the obsidian. Alright, there we go. And just like that, I think this is looking like a flawless run. That one little change, all my worries are gone. Doesn't make me any faster, but it saved my life, watch. Notice how I dodge, right on time. See how long the time to dodge was. And this is the last enemy of the so I can just give it all my attention, look at it, stare at it. Luckily, it's not going to burden the field back up. But notice there's these little floating, like, broken rooms, right? I broke one that guy spawned. It was kind of quick, and that's the thing that allowed me to attack him. Otherwise, he's vulnerable. Last boss slows you down and chases you around really slow, but speeds up faster. More rooms you break. She has a lot of damage. You know, the character has a lot of resistance. I'm actually very proud of how well it's holding up. Yeah. Does a lot of damage. And the arena kind of teaches you while you go, by repeating the action of the boss fight. So see how this thing's just one big guy chasing you down? It's pretty much going to be the same for the boss. She might not look big, but she's big. So it's part of the lurker. Now, the deadliest thing in this arena is actually the flame caster that spawns every now and again. Because if you don't interrupt it, it'll kill you. And then it brings up a mechanic that the last boss has to wipe the arena. So this type of guy here. You get to look up for the stack in the air like you just did, and that can wipe the players pretty quickly. So one thing about learning the buttons, right? So you have different levels of gaming, right? So someone who doesn't know how to hit the A button for like the first time they ever hit before, you're like, what's A, right? Versus, knowing where your abilities are and then being able to press them. So just for me, slotting, it's like, you know, I don't have that instant subconscious reaction to be like, oh yeah, let me swap over and hit X on my scales right here. But at the same time, you know, it doesn't take much thought to do that. And I actually do have a bit of an unconscious thought, because that's why I put my snare on my sword on that same palette. It's not the most complicated move for me to just, oh yeah, let me just pull out the snare. I just have to make sure I'm on the right bar. And I'm whipping because that's what would you know, typically be the spammable, but for this build, not supposed to be doing that. Where is your obelisk? Right here. Yeah, so this thing's 40k health, close to 40k health. Yeah, 40k health. Well, like close to 32k resistances when I hit this thing right here. And yeah, it's mowing through. It's mowing through right now. This is an old arena, so maybe the archive is not going to be as effective. We'll see. Alright, you see how I got the slow on there? That's the thing that I got that snare moving forward. This guy's coming through. That works both before and just. Now I don't have to worry about him. I'm gonna put back on my obsidian shard just because I'm used to having it there, so I don't want to hit a button for something that's not actually there. That happens a lot when you switch builds. You know, you'll remember something from a past build and it's like, oh yeah, I don't got that anymore, and you'll hit it subconsciously. Collecting jewelry because I want to level some jewelry crafting. This is veteran, right? Don't tell me I've been talking this entire time and it's not on veteran. Well, folks, this has been a good practice run on my streaming. 54 minutes in, but we have definitely come to a stopping point. All right, I'm gonna finish it out. I'm gonna finish it out as a normal maelstrum run. All right, so apparently a little off in the header, but I was so proud of this build too. I was like, wow, I am decimating this thing right now. Alright, now it's cartoonishly animated, like difficulty change in the way. Alright, yeah, okay. So yeah, apparently it's unnormal. Now that I'm just like spamming change, it's like, oh yeah, it definitely is unnormal. So there was some things in there where I was gonna make some that definitely would have been a one shot on that. Oh. Just move with the slaughter box. You know what made me realize is that it was a blue Parabellum necklace.
Cremate you before you die!
I spent 53 minutes in a normal room. That's all I'm trying to figure out. 53 minutes to get this 53 minutes. That is my bedtime. Penalty for not taking care of the summers time. You get one of these giant colossus to spawn. There's an extra enemy and all the series. Sometimes the damage difference is so big that like it's so low that it's feeling like there's on that. Or my difficulty just switching like this game. I don't even know. The third round seemed about where it's true. Like all my DPS time. The DPS everything down.
Animate your corpse!
How'd I charge like at that and dodge at the same time? Oh, physics is dodge before anything actually happens.
Stop me!
Did that not burn to death?
Watch as I absorb all the power I need!
So the key to that is if you do them all three at once, and you just leave a dot to finish off the thing at the top when you come down there. One thing I'm not doing well is getting this.
Try my patience! Take this!
I think this would be dead. Like, this would be dead. This one. Veteran. Maybe something that could be kept collecting ghosts. If he's collecting ghosts like a champion. Yeesh. Well, despite the fail, it has been an interesting run, you know. Doing Maelstrom today. I've got guys at the achievements and whatnot else, but yeah. Alright, that's that.